So, word on the street is that things are getting super messy in T.I. and Tiny's house. Apparently, T.I. is not happy that his son King is expecting a baby with his girlfriend. And for good reason, too. T.I. believes King's girlfriend is only after him for his money and that King doesn't know what he's getting himself into at all. In fact, things took a turn for the worse when T.I. and King allegedly got into a fight that led T.I. kicking his son out of the house. However, people have been talking and they're saying all of this is T.I.'s fault because King is clearly just a kid trying hard to get his father's approval. The situation just keeps getting messier, so let's unpack this real quick. Y'all, we all thought T.I. was happily stepping into his grandpapa role as his kids have started having their own kids. I mean, Tiny's daughter Zonique has a daughter and T.I.'s son Domani recently welcomed his little bundle of joy too. However, T.I. sounded kind of stressed out when he revealed that his other son, King, was also expecting a baby with his girlfriend. Now, we don't know much about the alleged girlfriend, but the neighborhood talk shared some photos of her featuring a baby bump. And when I say people were in the comments wildin', he is not mature enough to be having a child. And how old is she? She got to be in her late 20s and he's like 12, lol. She just wanted a rich baby daddy and he just the son. Y'all, people were going off about how weird this whole thing looked. Whatever it is, it's definitely not giving happy couple expecting a love child. A lot of people felt like King had an oopsie and now he's stuck with a woman who looks at least 10 years older than him. They're saying she's only after him because of his money and she doesn't really care about being in a relationship with King. I mean, let's be real. King is 20, but he could easily pass for 16 or 17. It definitely looks like the so-called girlfriend was calculating, but you know, we don't know her real age, so it could be anything. However, some people also felt like King got with her on purpose and that he's trying to have a baby at his tender age because he wanted to show his daddy, T.I., what being a real daddy is like. Boy, that's one extreme way to make a point, but do we really know? If y'all have been following T.I. and Tiny's relationship, then you'll know one thing they've always appeared to struggle with is their relationship with their son. The boy is always in the news over some dumb ish, like getting caught with grass in his car, fighting publicly, or doing some other rebellious thing. For example, King made headlines after he got into an argument with a Waffle House employee because they added pickles to his meal when he didn't order pickles. King recorded the whole thing and he was just straight up being rude to the employee. He even told them to step outside and throw hands if they really wanted to take it there.
Stop talking to me. This ain't your fucking restaurant. This ain't your fucking restaurant. Everything you make, I can pull out my pocket right now. I ain't tripping on you. I ain't tripping. Get the hell out of my face. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. Who the hell is he? What's your name?
What's your name?
My name King. You know it and your mama know it. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. File your shit.
Come back.
What? On game what? On game what? Come here. Come here. I'll show you what I do. Come here. I'll show you what I do. Come here. Come here.
All that over some pickles? It definitely looked like a spoiled brat making minimum wage workers' lives unbearable, so people were not feeling that at all. As if that wasn't bad enough, King got people talking again when he dangled a $50 bill in front of a homeless man just to get a video for the viral One Chip Challenge. The man was obviously feeling the heat and needed to drink water, but T.I. just kept egging him on.
This a different flavor, but it's still hot. So look, there you go, $50, 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Oh,
You gotta eat the whole thing.
oh.
He eventually lost the challenge and King gave him $20 in consolidation prizes, but it couldn't make up for the fact that King put that man's life in danger, knowing the chips had been banned after a boy lost his life trying to do the challenge. All of this caused a huge strain on his relationship with his parents, and T.I. even once threw King under the bus, saying he knew for sure that King was going to end up in prison if he continued like this.
Stop hitting me and getting in my comments, telling me what to tell King, okay? I know my son. Think I ain't spoke to my son? Think I ain't told my son, his mama, and his grandmamas? His ass going to prison. If you got to keep this shit up, his ass going to prison. Ain't no way around it. Ain't nothing I'm gonna be able to do about it. Can't nobody stop it but him. You know what I mean? I've already had the conversation. I've already made my peace with it.
T.I. made that video after King and Boosie's son, Tootie, got arrested on suspicion of carrying weed and driving under the influence. The charges were eventually dropped, but people still stood on King's back and accused him of trying to act tough when he was just a spoiled rich kid. King went live to address the rumors, saying he wasn't trying to be gangster and he didn't ask to get pulled over. Anyway, the whole thing didn't really blow up, and when Boosie was asked about it, he defended his son and accepted responsibility for doing some things that might have made Tootsie get in that situation. But T.I. took a whole different route. First, he went live to put his son on blast for stirring up trouble, telling him he's gonna learn from his lessons real soon. Then he made jokes about his son getting arrested during a stand-up routine. Y'all can't say it's not that deep, and T.I. was just trying to make light of the situation, but making a joke out of your 18-year-old getting arrested right after it happened is definitely a choice. So, of course, this made people dig deeper into T.I.'s relationship with his son, and what they found wasn't looking pretty at all. For one, it looked like T.I. was never really present for King during his formative years. T.I. was in and out of prison right from when he and Tiny discovered they were expecting a baby, and by 2009, when King was just 5 years old, he was already used to life in front of cameras when his family appeared in the MTV reality show T.I.'s Road to Redemption. However, just 45 days into the show, T.I. was shipped off to prison yet again to serve 1 year on weapons charges. After his release, T.I. and his family jumped right into another reality show called The Family Hustle, which premiered in 2011. For the next few years, T.I. and Tiny would jump from one cheating scandal to the other and break up many times in between. All of this created a very toxic environment for King to grow up in, on top of the fact that he basically had to experience puberty in front of cameras. So it made sense that King started acting out on the show. In a May 2019 episode of The Family Hustle, King, who was 14 at the time, told his parents he wanted to start a music career. But Tiny just started blasting him, and she didn't stop even when King told her he was feeling pressured. Tiny just brushed him off by saying it was all part of the show business, and King can be seen tearing up on screen after the interaction.
You yelling? Because you sitting here crying. No, this is not the business. You won't be crying every goddamn show you get. Please tell him what's going on.
Bro, come on. It's all right. My bad.
Come on out there with him.
In another episode, King asked to be homeschooled so he could focus on making more music, but his parents were completely against the idea. T.I. straight up told him that he had not put in enough work to want to drop out of school and focus on a music career. Through all this, it seemed like T.I. and Tiny were more interested in being together in their messy relationship than being parents to their children. You know how King Harris is always getting clowned for trying to act tough when he's not really about their life? Well, he finally decided to tell his side of the story a few years back. According to him, even though he grew up with his parents' money, he still grew up in the hood where his grandmother lived because it was his grandmother that raised him. T.I. and Tiny wanted nothing to do with him when he was a kid, and according to him, the only time he ever went to his parents' gated community mansion was when they needed him to film an episode of The Family Hustle. Once the cameras were on, they acted like one big family, but the moment they finished filming, he was shipped back to his grandma's house, smack in the middle of the hood. At first, fans thought King was just making up a story to look cool, but then they started snooping around, and it looked like Ken wasn't lying after all. His sister Zonique said the same thing about Tiny and T.I.'s relationship with their kids. According to her, she wasn't always happy with them growing up because they only wanted to spend time together, not with their kids. Everything came to a head when King attended a Falcons game with his family last November, and during the game, T.I. and Tiny started recording a video talking about how King grew up rich and pampered. King tried to clap back, saying he actually lived with his grandma and not in their mansion, but they just kept on laughing in his face and bringing up more embarrassing things about his childhood. This led to King going off on them, and things got heated to the point where T.I. had to put King in a headlock to control the situation.
King, have you ever woke up with a roach on your face?
No, that's not the goal.
All right, then. So, man, go.
in your ear.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I got some in the neighborhood with me that roach up with roach in your ear. Y'all want to go to the bando in my neighborhood? Do y'all want to go to the bando? Do y'all want to go to the bando? To make him look better, he said he know not true. Silver spoon, I ain't never ate with that day a day in my life.
Nigga, you did have a silver spoon.
Look, Flip used to have to come to my grandma's house because I'm getting in the fight.
You cried like a baby to go to your grandmama's house.
Every day.
You used to hold your breath
Every
and
day.
throw tantrums to go over there.
I don't want to be in these gates. I want to be outside in the neighborhood. That's why I want to be over there. But they don't understand that.
No, I'm going to tell you the reason why he want to be over there. Y'all ready? Because he can suck and pacify over there till he was 12 years old. He was sucking pacify till he was 12 years old. He couldn't do that in the house.
He cried like a baby. Hold his breath.
Yeah.
They try to say I was over there trying to sucker past it, but they ain't gonna tell you everything like that. They trying to hide it.
Ain't nobody hiding
Sugarcoat it. He capping. He capping.
Hey,
He know I stand on business.
got your car in
He know
reverse,
that.
sir.
Can't no nigga ever pull my car ever in life. I stand on business. You drop me somewhere, I stand on business. You drop me in your hood, I stand on
I don't
business.
feel like you stand on business.
Yeah. I've been stood on business. I've been stood on business. You want to hide it for the world, I'm going to put it out there for them to see.
Hey, man,
I want to put up nowhere. You ain't had me put up nowhere. Like, you ain't had me behind the mansion. I was outside doing what I wanted to do. Like, what?
You was behind that till you cried.
No, ain't got too much to drink. Done drunk too much. Drunk too much. Let's go. Get mad because we say the South ain't the suburbs. Then he want to talk about some other like this being sick. Just being sick. No, I'm being real. You lying. You lying. You over here flagging. You're capping. You capping. You capping. You capping. You capping. You capping. You capping. I know. I know you. You capping. I know you. I know you. I know you.
Shut up. Shut up.
I know you.
ain't no mystery, man.
I know you though. I know you though.
Shut up.
I know you though. I know you. What's wrong with y'all? Why y'all doing that to me? Y'all know me. You know I stand on business. You know I stand on business. Why you even letting somebody play with me like that? Why you letting somebody play with me like that? Why you letting him play with me like that? Why you letting him play with me like that? No, ain't no joking. Ain't no joking. What do you mean?
You are embarrassing yourself. You're embarrassing yourself. You are embarrassing yourself. You are embarrassing yourself.
Man, what is you talking about? Get off me, like, what the fuck? Man, get off me, nigga.
Well, you can't do nothing with me. Ain't shit you can do with me.
However, it didn't end there. After the incident, King went on a rant on his Instagram story and said, "Dude be faking an image for the internet and it ain't me. I don't give a F who you are. Mother Everest can't play with me in my face. Not going for that. I'm a grown man now. I stand on business. Don't give a F who you are. If I'm a mistake, say that. Stop making the world think you F with me when you don't." At this point, anyone can see that King is sick and tired of always being under his parents' shadow, which is something that anyone who's ever been a teenager can relate to. The only difference is that most people don't have the kind of money and exposure that King does. However, it looks like T.I. doesn't care about any of that because he believes King needs to go out there and learn some lessons since he's so tough. According to sources, this pregnancy was the last straw for T.I., and it doesn't look like he and King are going to reconcile anytime soon. Fans have also been leaving comments like, "I don't blame T.I. King has gone way too far this time. That girl and her mama just want some of T.I. and Tiny money by any means necessary. King needs to get a job if he don't have one already. King needs to watch his mouth and actions because if you want to live by the sword, you can also get unalived by it." But do y'all think that T.I. is going to make up with King, or is he just going to throw him to the wolves? Comment down below and then check out this next video.